Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. And without me asking, the universe is downloading the information. And because I am very passionate about Bobby Hemmit, I'm making these videos. So I got a very quick one for you that I have wondered about, but now I've decoded it. Because it's so much in your face. You're trying to look for a different message. The message is loud and clear. The decoding is of Alice in Wonderland. Alice. What does Alice sound like or rhyme with? Alice. Alice. Isis. Remember, in order to decode things, first you have to know that the alphabet is a modern creation of trickery. Number 2, vowels are invented. Number 3, you don't need that many vowels. The vowels that are sounding very similar, only one of them is the real vowel, if there ever were vowels at some point in time. Now, let me repeat that. It sounds contradictory. It's not. What I mean is, in the ancient times, first of all, you didn't even have written language because it was unnecessary. However, when it began to get created, you didn't have all these vowels. I and e are very similar. A is also very similar. But you have been conditioned to, formulate those in your throat and know the difference if you're a native speaker. So, that is a point. Alice, you could get Isis from Alice. You only need a single sound to be the frequency. The spelling is what is the effery going on, because nothing is spelled like it sounds. So they have created double letters when really you just need one letter. However, so that becomes a trickery, because ISIS has using 2 S's. But in Alice, they're using 1 S sound disguised and effed up with the letter C. All right, so let's move past that. What I did is try to explain how the language is trickery, how letters are used with double sounds, and that is not how balance works. Balance is you have one identity, and if language would be easier if you just had one sound for each kind of letter. That's all I'm saying. Now, going back to Alice in Wonderland. Point number 1, and this is unscripted. Point number 1 is that she goes down the rabbit hole. And a rabbit hole has many tunnels, many tunnels that could lead to many different places. And the matrix that we live in, this false reality that people are being able to uncover due to the internet, which is now free, but it will later be at a point where you're going to have to pay for it, because you already have YouTube Premium that's asking you, oh, do you want to pay for a movie that you saw in the 80s so you could watch it again like a programmed robot? Do you want to pay for TV shows that we're not going to put on TV? We're just going to make another thing on the internet called Hulu and Netflix, and you're going to pay for it? Boys and girls, the internet, at one point, the internet, YouTube you're going to have to pay to even be on it. That's my prediction. So anyway, you got the rabbit hole is representing the Matrix. Alice is representing ISIS or, uh, melanated people that are sane. And what is the whole premise of the story? She falls into another world that is completely upside down, inside out, topsy-turvy, nonsensical, backwards, and doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Boys and girls, that is the world that you're living in. And it is, as I said before, some time ago, I did ask the universe to help me decode this, but I didn't dwell on it. And it didn't come to me. I do like that story. And now it has come to me. The message is right in your face. The world that she was in was a complete insane world. And isn't it interesting that they included a pig? And she also talked about the queen, like she met a lot of people that were rude and nasty. The queen was rude and nasty. The Duchess rocking the baby, which was a pig, was rude and nasty to the baby. And Alice thought, it's strange that this baby is a pig. Boys and girls, when they show a pig, they're talking about themselves. Because if you are on the 1,000-watt Bobby Hemmit frequency, you know that there is scholarship and there is temples that let Champollion know that his origin is pig DNA and that he's a created being. That was, I believe it was in the walls of Temple Seti 1. Regardless, they covered up those temples in the Aswan Dam. I don't know how many temples. I can't quote Bobby Hemmit on the number, but there was many temples they covered up by building the Aswan Dam so that nobody would ever know that ancient people left records to let you know that there is a created entity on this planet that comes from bovine genes, canine genes. And I don't know the scientific word for monkey, but they also come from monkey genes. And they're the ones calling you a monkey. So, I think I can end the decoding because that's just the biggest message in there. I will leave you with, now I'm not trying to decode the end like the storyline plot. I'm just telling you the overall message is that you are in an insane world. Completely insane. And every, along her journey, she just kept saying that. Well, this is strange. This is weird. This is backwards. This is insane. You people are crazy. And then, boys and girls, I'm getting the download right now because this is not scripted. This is not pre-planned. At the end, what does she say? You're nothing but a pack of cards. Boy, I actually had a stepmother that had me read, and I did like to read, so I read that story when I was in elementary school. And now I remember what she said. You're nothing but a pack of cards. What is a pack of cards? Nothing. Empty. Paper. A shell. Boys and girls. And then let me see. What did she do? She found her way out of that Wonderland. Boys and girls, this is a very deep movie. Extremely deep. It is so blatant in your face, you wouldn't think that it's occultic. Although mind control, MK Ultra programming uses elements in Alice in Wonderland, still this message is so in your face, you won't even get it because you think it's just a fantastical story, which it really is, and it really does captivate the imagination of children. And I have to say, it is one of my most favorite stories of all time. So now we're going to listen to part of the, you know what? Let me stop. I'm going to pause right here, and I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to record a little piece from the Alice in Wonderland version that I'm watching, which is 1985, and it is a realistic version, meaning that the characters are live actors that are wearing costumes. And actually, their costumes are not that great, but they put a lot of work into this. So, part 2 is coming.